Hey, what's up, guys? Today is February 1st, 2016. Monday Night Raw is on. I'm your host, the Machine 2.0. This is the RMSS Show, also known as the Rumble Mania Slam Survivor Show. Um, as usual, we speak about everything going on in the world of wrestling tonight, and as Raw is going on. This is now going on to the third hour of Raw. It's 9:51 U.S. in New York City. Um, Before we get further on to the show, I want to dedicate this show to a best friend of mine that passed away yesterday, which is my dog, Angel, which is my Siberian Husky Malamute mix. He was about 4 or 5 years old. He passed away from an illness, and he was sick for a while. And unfortunately, last night actually Saturday night going into Sunday night, he passed away sometime at night, and we had to take him, and he's going to be cremated, and I'll have his ashes real soon. But really, I'm really not in the best of moods this week, these last few days, because of his sickness and because of his death yesterday. So with that, I want to dedicate this show to him. Moving on, let's talk about what's going on in wrestling right now. So right now, as you can see, KO is going to fight Dolph Ziggler on Monday Night Raw. So far, watching Monday Night Raw for the past hour 45 minutes, it's been okay. We start off the show with Brock Lesnar. He came out. There's a little spiel with Heyman. Then he was confronted by Dean Ambrose. All right. So let's go into why he was confronted by Dean Ambrose. Let's speak about last week's WWE Raw. Basically, the Authority made an announcement. Of course, you know Triple H is the WWE champ. The Authority made an announcement that they're gonna evaluate the whole roster and see who would wow them enough to put them in the main event at Fastlane, the next pay-per-view, which is February 21st, 20 days from now, to see who would wow them enough to put them in that main event in order to see who would fight Triple H at WrestleMania 32 for the belt. Well, at the end of the show, Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, they teamed up to I forgot what. Oh, actually they fought League of Nations, Rusev and Alberto Del Rio. They won the match, and there was a few matches going on that night that was pretty impressive. KO, a lot of the people were fighting that night, and they're pretty impressive. But for some reason, like we didn't know this was coming already, the Authority came out at the end of Raw and announced who the participants in the main event for Fastlane would be. That match would take place at Fastlane, and that winner of that match would fight Triple H. So, of course, you know, as the storyline's been going, Roman Reigns and Triple H been feuding. So, my daily yawns. I'm sorry. Triple H and Roman Reigns been feuding. So, it goes without saying that we already knew that Roman Reigns was going to be in the main event. So, the kicker to this was that they made it a triple threat match. And they decided to put Ambrose also in that match, pitting Reigns versus Ambrose versus someone else. The someone else is somebody that wasn't on the show that night, so it kind of contradicts what they said that they was going to do. They said they was going to look for somebody that's going to wow them that night, or someone in the roster that's going to wow them. Brock wasn't there, but Brock is the third person in that triple threat match. So now it's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose, main event, Fastlane, winner fights Triple H at WrestleMania 32. Okay. We already know where they're going with this. Unless there's some weird reason they throw a screwball in at the end, which I seriously doubt, but Roman Reigns is going to win it. The reason why Dean Ambrose is in there because they need somebody to job. Lesnar won't job to Reigns. They want Reigns to look strong, so he's not jobbing to anyone. And they need Lesnar to look strong. He can't job to anyone either. Only person there in that match that could job. I've been up since 4 a.m. Sorry, forgive me. I am tired. But the only person that could job would be Ambrose. So that's why Ambrose in that match. He already have a belt. He already has his IC belt, so there's no reason why I see them trying to put the belt on him. So honestly, he's just there to job. As far as the Lesnar losing the match, I see Bray Wyatt interfering, the Wyatt family interfering in some capacity to make sure Brock loses. If they do go with the Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania, which look like they are. So that was what took place on Monday Night Raw previously. So tonight, Dean Ambrose decided to come down to the ring and pretty much confront Brock. There was no altercation, no fisticuffs, nothing like that. However, there were my yawns because it was kind of a boring segment, and Raw tonight is kind of putting me to sleep. I don't know if it's because of the mood I'm in because of my loss, but it is what it is. Anyway, Brock, they really didn't do much than stare down and Ambrose talking about he wanted to see who the Beast is in person, and I felt that was cute. That made him look like you know he's not intimidated. However, we already know you're gonna end up jobbing at the end of the day. So let's be 100% about that. But it's theater. So that was one segment. Then a segment they had before I started the show was Triple H and Brock in the backstage and locker room, and Triple H pretty much stepped to Brock and was like, "Yo, what's going on? Where's the Beast? You kind of unbeast-like right now." If you look at Brock Lesnar's track record off the last 2 appearances on TV, the pay-per-view being the first one, tonight being the second one, pay-per-view, he just got the Royal Rumble. He just got picked up and thrown out the ring by the Wyatt family, and he didn't even retaliate, go back in the ring and drop Bray when they did that to him. He just walked away, and it was so un-Brock Lesnar like. He didn't create carnage. He just walked away and looked so normal, so average. He didn't look like the Beast incarnate. Today's show, Ambrose came in his face. No homo. Pause. Let me rephrase that. Ambrose stepped face to face with him. Right? He didn't back down. However, he didn't really bring the Beast incarnate. So Triple H, I kind of like that segment because Triple H was like, "Hey, listen, what's going on? The Beast is gone. Where's the Beast at?" And then Brock was pretty much like, "Hey, listen, don't worry, it's there. I'll see you at WrestleMania because I won the belt," which we all know is not going to happen. They're not putting the belt back on Brock. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. No matter what, they're not putting the belt back on Brock. So that's a pipe dream if anybody's thinking about that. Other than that, it's not many things to report in WWE right now till Fastlane. And when as for Fastlane becomes and the card becomes more evident of what it's going to be, I would definitely have my predictions, have my views and everything on it. There's a few injuries. Supposedly the whole League of Nations is injured. Rusev had a sprained knee, but he fought tonight. He fought Kalisto. Got counted out in a DQ. Got counted out. Sheamus, I heard, is out. Del Rio's hurt. He was in the no. Today must be a record with the yawns. I don't know if you keep account, but anyway, Del Rio was in a wingman position today. He pretty much accompanied Rusev to the ring. Who else was? Wade Barrett's been hurt for a while, so it's like a lot of injuries. The WWE is littered with the injury bug right now, and I'm just hoping superstars like KO, Dolph. I'm not a huge fan of him, but you know you need people on the roster in order to have a good Mania. So we're hoping that these guys don't destroy themselves before Mania, but it just seems like there's a big injury bug going around right now. Other than that, AJ Styles, I'm you know, a lot of people wondering what they're gonna do with him. They just had him on the Miz show, and what's so incredible about AJ Styles, right? I never realized how small this guy was till he got to the Rumble, and he was going against Reigns. And to me, an average size wrestler in the business right now is Jericho, and he looks small compared to Jericho. And it was kind of like, wow, like, are they gonna give this guy the push because he's like a really small dude? Like when he was in TNA, he didn't seem that small. When he was in Ring of Honor, New Japan, he didn't look that small in my opinion. He looked average. He looked buff actually. He had a lot more size on him. I was just watching the other day on YouTube a fight AJ Styles had with Tyler Black. Now, if you're in 2006, right, in a freaking gymnasium somewhere. Now, if you don't know who Tyler Black is, Google it. Don't even actually go on YouTube and look up AJ Styles versus Tyler Black. For the people that don't know, Tyler Black was Seth Rollins. And these two had one of the best matches I've ever seen. One of the best indie matches back in 2006 in some gymnasium somewhere. Somewhere. I have no idea where it's at. But anyway, and he was bigger than Seth. So it's like, looking at AJ now, he's really tiny compared to these guys. And it's like, you know, it's like I'm afraid that they're not going to give him the push. Vince is not going to give him the push because of his stature. And it's like, you know, AJ Styles, he deserves so much more because of his in-ring style, his offense. Last week, his match with Jericho on Raw wasn't the best. They had missed a lot of spots. It was kind of, you know, they were kind of figuring each other out. You could tell it wasn't really really choreographed well, and it wasn't really one of his better matches altogether. And he's not used to WWE ring, if that's the case. I don't get what they're doing with KO. Why they have him losing? Jesus Christ. They have a Ziggy and KO match, but they have KO losing. KO should be the biggest beast and the biggest heel right now, man. I don't get why they're not pushing him as a beast. Alright, but anyway, you know, I'm not a huge fan of Dolph. Dolph, he sells, he's a worker. He's gonna work. But just something about blonde hair dudes, I don't really take it seriously, especially in WWE. It's something about blonde hair dudes. Remind me of dudes that wear gloves while working out in the gym. Kinda, yeah, you're in the gym, yeah, you're a wrestler, but are you really working out? I mean, you got gloves on. Doesn't seem like a workout to me. It seems like you're just protecting your pretty hands. But anyway, back to the injury bug in WWE and back to AJ Styles. Like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, they might not push this guy, man. But anyway, Chris Jericho and him. This was a dream match of mine. This is a match I wanted to see for the longest. So what KO's gonna do here? He's gonna get at Michael Cole. He's gonna get JBL's hat. I love KO, man, but they're not pushing him the way You need to push him. He should not be losing. Especially if he's going to be fighting Taker, you have to have this guy go on a winning streak, a mean streak, and take out pretty much everybody out there. But for some reason, they have him looking like a chump. But anyway, AJ and Chris, this is a match I've been dying to see. You know, two legends. However, they pretty much failed at saving that feud for someone else. They set that up right after Battle Raw, and to me that was a great idea because it's like, all right, this guy's I know he's fighting Chris. When I knew he was gonna fight Chris, I knew it was to be put over because Chris, that's all Chris does now. He puts over talent, and I'm glad that he's being put over. But it's just like, what is Vince gonna do? Is Vince gonna push this guy the way he needs to be pushed, or is he gonna fail at that at getting that push? I hope he gets that push, man. I hope he gets that push. I hope he gets put in some type of IC match at least, USA title match or something like that. Eventually, you never know. I'm not sure if they want to go to World WWE title in that direction with him because that they reserving that for Seth and Roman down the line. I'm hoping Bray could even get involved in that. But it's fun to see him there. I'm happy that he's there, and I just hope he gets pushed at the end of the day. Other than that, I'm like lost with what's going on with KO. KO's not getting that heel push he needs. There's no big heels in WWE. There's all faces. I need to see a heel be pushed like a freaking heel. The Rusev potentially could have been that. That flopped. Bray should be that. He's in the faction. I don't know what's going on there. KO should be the main heel. The heel get the heel heat. He got the heel heat by pushing AJ out the ring. He knows how to talk. He knows how to be a dickhead and an asshole. All in one. I don't know why they playing this guy, but anyway, that's our show for today. I'm gonna go watch the rest of Raw. Black History Month. Mark Henry might be the end for Mark Henry. Might be retiring soon, so they give him a little tribute right here. Anyway, yep, Mark Henry. So I'm gonna go watch the rest of this is the main event tonight. New Day, Roman Reigns. Let's see what funny stuff happens. Maybe Brock come out and destroy some people. I'll look forward to that. I'm gonna go watch it right now. I'm gonna hit you all back at the end with the Raw review, the Promo Kings. Once again, I'm the Machine 2.0. This is the RMSS Show, Rumble Mania Slam Survivor Show, and have a good night.